doing this, like
Yeah,
this.
he's got his whistle in his mouth. I was just watching it. He's got his
Yep.
whistle in his mouth, and he is blowing that play dead. So, in other words, that was a dead ball foul. And according to this Raiders guy, I'd have to look up the rules and stuff. But according to him, since it was a dead ball foul, you cannot have a recovery during a dead ball foul. He goes, sure. He goes, it was a bad snap and it was a fumble. He goes, but it was a dead ball foul. The play never happened regardless of what happened on the play. He goes, it was blown dead. He goes, we should have gotten that ball back with the now, at that point, they were supposed to get a 10-second runoff, but there was 13 seconds left on the clock. That would have still gave them a shot at a field goal. Now, mind you, that would have gave them a shot at what, a 54-yarder. So, still not a guaranteed win. In fact, he had missed, 3 of those past 50 yards.
That's true. Well, whenever you go to the speculation part of it then, and, whether people like it, whether they don't, whether we agree, disagree, that game ended with an illegal motion, penalty that was declined, and the Chiefs were given possession of the ball.
Yeah, so the problem, the NFL explained it as since it was a pre-game snap or whatever. Here, I'll read it off. Clickbait. Get it off of there. Had the clock been running, so the clock was not running. Had the clock been running at the snap, then by rule, an illegal shift would convert to a false start. Since the clock was stopped, spike on the second play, so they clocked it on the second down and ran an illegal shift is a live ball foul. Now, mind you, this is what the Raider guy said. He goes, yes. He goes, but the problem is the line judge came in and blew the whistle. He goes, that means that maybe the lineman heard the whistle and didn't continue on with the play. He goes, that's why it had to be a dead ball foul. And you can clearly see that line judge coming in, blowing his whistle, and waving it dead. Now, the other referee then decided, oh, well, that was supposed to be a live ball foul, but I got to give it to that Raiders guy. He's right. And since that judge came in and blew it dead, regardless of whether or not he had the right to do that or not, that should not have been Chiefs ball. I mean, as I'm looking at it as an I'm biased, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But if I was looking at that from the other end, that should not have been the Chiefs ball. That should have been a 10-yard that should have been a 10-yard penalty with 10-second runoff, 3 seconds left on the clock, and giving the Raiders a shot at kicking the field goal.
Would it have been a 10-yard penalty or a 5-yard?
Well, since it's a dead ball foul, it would have converted to a false start, and it would have been a 10-yard penalty.
Usually a false start penalty is 5 yards.
So, okay, then sorry, false start, 5-yard penalty.
Well, and I don't recall what yard marker they were on.
I can tell you. Hang on.
Yeah, I was thinking that it was going to be a hell of a kick either way.
So, yeah, they were on the 35-yard line. So
would have been a 50-yarder then.
Well, they were on the 35-yard line, and you go 13 yards past that. So it would have been a 45, 46, 47, 48-yard field goal. And then if they got the 5-yard penalty, which is what he's saying, it would have been a 53-yard field goal. So, and he couldn't come close to those kicks. But, I mean, if it's me, give me a shot at it. Refs stay out of it. And, hey, we will continue on this show to say, one, it's not a single call that kills you, but we seem to be on the right side of calls, so we're going to call it, the way it should. I would have wanted that call to be and I don't want the refs involved in it, because this crap. Then you got a tainted win, a tainted season, a tainted, all these people, just both sides then. Let it go.
I agree. I mean, I don't want a game, nor does the NFL, nor do any of the fans, whether they're Raider fans or Chiefs fans. They don't want this kind of game or any game decided by the guys with the stripes on. They really don't. I'll say this, and we're going to get into this some more, but I think Chris Jones said it best. He said, "We'll take an ugly win over a pretty loss anytime."
That's right.
He's